is just not my day. Okay, goed. So ons kan nie sê delta x is gelyk aan 600 nie. Want hy het nie die volle 600 meter om te breek nie, because he only starts decelerating after a certain amount of time. And you guys will often see ones like this, because this is what happens in real life as well. Because we as humans, our brains take some time to process information. So we call it a reaction time. Nee? En van ons sin is bietjie vinniger as van die ander sin. Okay, goed. So die eerste ding wat ek gaan uitwerk is ek gaan kyk hoe ver het hy gery voordat hy begin breek het. Het ons op. And for that you need to know that we cannot work with different values. So I gave you his initial velocity in kilometers per hour. And we have to put that into meters per second. How do we do that? Divided by 3,6, which is 16,67 meters per second. Okay, ek gaan nou terwyl ek besig is met hierdie som afrond soos ek gaan. We should only round off right at the end, maar net om dit 'n bietjie makliker te maak om te volg, dat ons nie met verskriklike desimale werk nie. So, his initial velocity starting here is 16,67. Do you guys agree? Okay. He travels at that velocity for 2 seconds before he starts decelerating. So let's work out how far he traveled there. So it's distance is equal to speed times time. So maar uit ons gewone driehoekie uit, né? Ek het mos vir julle gewys mens kan een van ons formules ook gebruik. But this one is easier to just do with your old school triangle. And the speed that he's traveling at is 16,67 and he travels that for 2 seconds. So he travels a total of 33,34 meters before he starts decelerating. So in die tyd wat dit vir hom vat om te reageer, ry hy 33,34 meter. Okay. So as daai stukkie 33,34 meter is, hoe ver is daai? Om te sê wat delta x dan gaan wees, sê ons 600 minus 33,34. Because the value that we get here is the actual distance that the driver has to brake. Nee? Hy het nie die volledige 600 meter nie. Once he starts decelerating, he is 566 meters away from cat. So that is the distance that we are working with. Actually, the displacement that we're working with. Gratiens, almal by tot daar. Ons vat hom stappie vir stappie. So do you all understand that this is the value for displacement that I'm working with? Now let's look at what else we have. We have his initial velocity, 16,67. Almal by? And you have his final velocity. Because to not hit the cat, he needs to be not moving. Stem julle saam? And you're going to see a lot like this. So they'll say, for instance, a light turns red. You're moving at a constant velocity and you see that a light is turning red. So you need to start decelerating. They're not going to say, remember, to not drive over a red light, you need to stop moving. You have to know that that is implied. Final velocity is 0. Same with this. As jy nie wil hê hy moet die kykie raak ry nie, dan moet hy nie meer beweeg nie. Né? Goed. So final velocity is implied. And what did I ask? I asked for acceleration. Okay. So daai is die 4 waardes waarna ek gaan kyk. Now you go back to your formula sheet and you see that the one that includes all 4 of those is the one with the kwadrate. Like that. And we substitute. That 1133, I just said 2 times that. Nee, want hulle is mos in een term. En hierdie een is 'n negatief, want 16,67 kwadraat is 277, but then I brought it over, so then it becomes negative. Nee? You still need to be able to do maths if you're doing science. Hello, yeah. Yeah? Okay. And the important thing that you have to see here is that that means that the acceleration will be negative. What does negative acceleration mean? It means that he is going slower because he is decelerating in the direction of motion. Nee? So dit gaan wees 0,25 meter per sekonde tot die mag min 2 in teenoorgestelde rigting. Opposite direction of motion. We good? Het julle hom? Okay. We're going to do some more now. Lekker. In julle boeke, aan die einde van hierdie hoofstuk, is daar 'n hele klomp examenvrae. Now, the exam questions start off with graphs, but we haven't done the graphs yet, so don't worry about those yet. Page to page 306. 306. Okay, hulle sê vir jou. A large truck travels at a constant velocity of 30 meters per second east on a straight road. It then accelerates at 1,5 meters per second squared for 7 seconds. What will the truck's velocity be after the 7 seconds? Okay. Wat vra hulle daar vir jou? Watter waarde vra hulle as jy dit moet omsit in simbole? Vir 3.1, wat gaan jou finale antwoord wees? Wat is gelyk aan wat? Do you guys agree that it's velocity? Hulle vra vir jou, wat sal die vragmotor se snelheid wees na die 7 sekondes? So they're asking for velocity. Which velocity? Initial or final? Final. You guys have to understand what to write down once you have read something. Okay, kom ons gaan deur wat ons het. Hande op, wat het ons? Ons het wat? Tyd. Ek het iemand gehoor sê tyd. 7, né? What else do we have? Good. Acceleration is what? What else do we have? Good. Okay. Nou gaan kyk jy jou formules. Watter een van jou formules het daai 4 voeters in? If you have your test with you, then it's an easy place to check it. Yes, the one that looks like this. Okay, quickly do that one for me.